The Youth in Action program of the European Union has been established in order to inspire a sense of belonging to the European community, tolerance and solidarity among young people across Europe. It is non-discriminatory, that is, it involves youth regardless of their social, educational and cultural background, and promotes non-formal types of learning, mobility within and outside the EU, as well as intercultural dialogue. The overall objective of the Youth in Action project, Culture for Sustainable Human Development, Tackling Youth Unemployment Through Community-Based Cultural Projects, Grant Agreement 2013-3290001001, is to promote active youth participation in culture and to build youth workers and youth leaders' capacity to maximize the potential of community-based cultural and creative activities for tackling the problems of youth unemployment and for promoting social inclusion, social innovation, gender empowerment, and sustainable human development in European and African societies. Within its geographical scope, the project aims at achieving the following specific objectives. First, to build youth workers and youth leaders' capacity to encourage youth cultural activities at the community level in view of supporting youth employability and creativity, creating youth empowerment opportunities, mitigating the negative effects of youth unemployment, and encouraging social innovation, including through creative use of social and visual medias. Second, to equip youth workers and youth leaders with skills for planning and implementing youth cultural projects within local communities in view of promoting youth employability and employment while contributing to sustainable human development and encouraging community strategies for turning culture and diversity into drivers of economic, social, and cultural innovation. Third, to equip youth workers and youth leaders with practical skills for employing creative cultural approaches based on social and visual medias in order to present and interpret culture and social change in their community, encourage social innovation, and voice the concerns of young women. Fourth, to build youth workers and youth leaders' capacity and commitment to promoting intercultural dialogue and respect between European and African societies, in particular through the implementation of collaborative transnational people-to-people youth cultural events. Fifth, to raise awareness on the benefits of strengthening EU-African youth cooperation and to contribute to the promotion of European culture in Africa and an African culture in Europe. The project involves 6 non-governmental organizations from 3 European and 3 African countries: Bulgaria, Croatia, Italy, Botswana, Tanzania, and South Africa. Direct participants in transnational project activities are 30 young people aged 16-28 with a demonstrated commitment to youth work culture and local community development, and 13 youth workers involved in the culture, youth employability, youth unemployment, youth participation or citizenship, selected by the partner organizations to participate in the 2 capacity building trainings and the implementation of 2 pilot projects aimed at exploiting the newly developed skills and capacities of the direct participants. Additionally, 42 young people and 23 youth workers will be directly involved in the local multiplication capacity building trainings that will be organized in each partner country. The target group of the project also includes approximately 650 young people and youth workers, volunteers or members of project partner organizations and organizations associated with them. They will contribute to the implementation of the project or participate in the foreseen activities. Approximately 400 citizens, including young people in the local communities of the target areas. They will be reached by dissemination activities, benefit from the outputs of the project, or participate as audience in the People-to-People event in Bulgaria, International Youth Festival. Approximately 100 representatives of youth non-governmental organizations, informal groups, student communities, organizations and clubs, art and sports clubs, cultural and community institutions, and other organizations working in the field of culture, cultural tourism, and citizenship. They will be reached by the dissemination activities, contribute to or benefit from exploitation activities, be involved in the people-to-people event in Bulgaria, or benefit from the project outputs. Approximately 50 representatives of regional and local authorities in the target areas. They will be reached by dissemination activities or benefit from the project outputs. Approximately 100 representatives of educational institutions and training centers. They will be reached by dissemination activities, contribute to or benefit from exploitation activities, contribute to the local multiplication trainings and the people-to-people event in Bulgaria, or benefit from the project outputs. The project Stories of Youth, Culture, Development and Social Change in the Lives of Young People, which is presented hereby, includes 12 interviews which were prepared by representatives of the International Management Institute Bulgaria, UNED Italy, Europa House Slavonski Brod Croatia, Ngami Land Council of NGOs Botswana, Junior Achievement South Africa and Tanzania Youth Cultural Exchange Network Tanzania.
Can you please present yourself and tell us what your name, age, place of birth, current place of living and education are?
Hello, my name is Alexandra Zhelyaskova and I'm currently living in Varna, Bulgaria. I'm 22 years old and I'm studying architecture and design.
Okay, do you think that there are good employment opportunities for young people and which are the main reasons for youth unemployment in your locality?
There are not enough opportunities for young people and that is the main reason why people are going abroad.
Do you think that youth unemployment can be reduced through cultural activities?
Yes, I think that it is a good way to reduce the unemployment and it is a good way to make people more interested and more social, meet new friends.
Okay, and do you regard cultural activities as a possibility for self-employment?
Yes, I think this is the best way to build experience. I have been till now to few participants to few exhibitions and festivals.
In general, do you think that the education system in Bulgaria stimulates the participation of young people in cultural programs and events?
I think they are not enough stimulated and it should be given more attention to it.
Hello everyone, my name is Ilana and I'm from Veliki Preslav. I'm 20 years old. I'm a freelance digital artist.
So, in your opinion, which are the most common problems that which Bulgarian youth face nowadays?
The most common problems that young people face in Bulgaria are the employment problem and also economic problem like amount of salaries and job opportunities.
Have you faced any of those problems?
Yes, I have faced them and it was not a pleasant experience.
In general, do you think that the education system in Bulgaria stimulates the participation of young people in cultural programs and events?
Once again, unfortunately, our educational system does not support any of these activities and don't stimulate any cultural activities in the young people.
And can you give any suggestions how to improve that?
Maybe it's a good idea to start creating like regular monthly festivals, cultural festivals that can unite young people in Bulgaria, and they can be locally or like national level, that are connected of course with either art, music or other kinds of cultural activities.
In general, do you think that staying abroad can change young people's views and understanding about culture?
In general, yes. When someone stays in another country, your whole point of view, your mind is changed, and you become to think differently, especially about culture, and you become maybe more tolerant about other people and other nationalities.
Would you implement any cultural projects for young people if you could, and of which kind?
If I had the opportunity to do something like this, create some kind of cultural project, I would take the chance, and I maybe would create something like art shop or workshop related with traditional Bulgarian customs, that every young people can participate and also learn something new.
Muntaf, could you please introduce yourself?
Mhm. Okay, my name is Chiara Trapanese. I'm 25 years old and I live here in Bologna. I did my bachelor degree in foreign languages and I'm now trying to study music therapy.
And during your study, do you have any experience in culture and youth field?
I first took part in a youth in action project. I did this really cool youth exchange in Serbia, and it was a wonderful week with Serbian guys and other guys from Macedonia, from France, from Belgium. It was really, really interesting, and I really loved the place we were staying in. And it was on European awareness, and I guess the results were really interesting for us because we found out that Italian people are not European aware, and while Macedonian and Serbian guys are much more interested in European campaigns, European projects than we are, and they are much more aware of the presence of Europe, and I guess that was really cool.
On the relationship between culture and employment, do you think that young people are given the opportunity by the authorities to work in the cultural fields?
Mm-hmm. I would say, of course, the opportunity is given, as for example, there are plenty of volunteer projects that can actually make you work in the cultural fields.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to talk about working as a real job, that's a bit different and a bit more difficult, I would say.
To what extent could culture be an opportunity to overcome youth unemployment?
I think it would be a great way of fighting the youth unemployment, and it means that the government must be ready to invest in this sector, in this area, and I think there's plenty of young people that would be ready to start working. Even starting tomorrow, they would be ready to work.
My name is Christina. I'm 25 years old, and I'm currently doing my internship period in an association, a cultural association. As for the introduction, I am Italian, and I was born in Sardinia, which is an island in the middle of Mediterranean Sea.
Can you briefly tell us your experience in culture and youth field?
I've always been interested in culture. My main interest revolves around music, because that's the main part of what I do. As I said before, I did a sound engineering school, and beside this, I was also involved for a number of years in different musical projects.
According to your experience, do you see like young people are more involved in the field of cultures in your community?
Yes, pretty much. Because young people are the ones who can keep themselves up to date with what goes on in the culture world, in the culture field. So they are absolutely essential. They are up to date with the new technologies, with the things that happen, with new trends, with pretty much everything. So culture would be a completely different world without the aid of young people. So they are important, and they deserve to be entrusted many aspects of the cultural activity.
Okay, what about the government in local and national level? Do you think they support youngsters to access jobs in the field of culture?
Absolutely not. It hardly supports youngsters when it comes to find average jobs. So not at all when it comes to culture. We are kind of left out.
To what extent could culture become opportunity for youngsters and even to fight unemployment in the field of young people?
To a large extent, because most youngsters are into culture in one form or another. Many youngsters, most of the people I meet actually, who are more or less my age, are interested in culture. They have the passion because they are young, they are fresh, they want to offer something, and maybe not everyone is cut out for a 9-to-5 average job. You know, I think that our society should allow each and every one of us to offer what we are meant to offer. As I said before, without culture we're not even humans, so we need culture. We need to share messages with any kind of people, and we do need to listen to what other cultures have to say. So it's dehumanizing to take culture out of the human experience. This is what I think.
Hello, my name is Mirela Rašić. I was born in Slavonski Brod in 1989. I finished secondary economics school in Slavonski Brod and started a college of management in Slavonski Brod. After that, I started to work in Europe House Slavonski Brod on cultural projects that we are creating. The registered unemployment rate for February 2014 was 22%. It is a very high percentage, and so for me as a single parent, it was also very hard to find an appropriate job in Slavonski Brod, and I was fortunate enough to get a job in Europe House Slavonski Brod. I started this project, Building Child-Friendly Community, because we wanted to help little initiatives on this area that are working with children so that they can make some difference. And I wanted to make some difference for our city and our county. In this short video, I would like to present you with our new project that we are implementing since June 2013 until the October 2014. Its name is Building a Child-Friendly Community. Overall objective is to support promotion of initiatives aiming capacity building of local communities. And it is focused basically on children's rights in our Brod Posavina County. It is very important for us that children from all over our county get adequate preschool education so that they can be prepared for all the responsibilities that are waiting for them in the future life. For example, one of the projects that got sub-grant from Europe House Slavonski Brod is Theater for Children. Ivana Brlić-Mažuranić from Slavonski Brod. They are doing plays in 4 villages in our county. When they did a research before writing their projects, they concluded that there is not enough cultural aspects in the rural areas, especially for children and especially for children in preschool education form. So they wrote in their project that they will do exactly that. They will bring a culture from town to children in rural areas. The other association that got sub-grants from our project, from Europe House Slavonski Brod, is Scouts Mihaljevica from Slavonski Shamac. Children in Slavonski Shamac and other areas that surround that village don't have many opportunities to spend their free time in a quality way, and the only way to organize quality free time for that children is to bring them back to nature, to spending more time in nature, and that is what Scout Mihaljevica are trying to do, and we believe that their project will be implemented successfully as well. I also have to say that many of volunteers that work in Scout Mihaljevica are young people that are also unemployed, and through this cultural project that they are working, some of them will be employed for a short period of time, and they will connect with other people in town Slavonski Brod or in other villages, and that is a good opportunity for them through cultural projects to get some experience. All of the things that are said in this interview are I was trying to explain the basic thing that made me do cultural projects, and that is to motivate young people that in this area where we have a very high percentage of youth unemployment, and that we all can make some difference. The young people should be more organized, more creative, and should be more active in the environment that they are living in. Cultural projects are especially good opportunity to do something like that. In the examples that I showed you, and I was trying to demonstrate that something could be done just if you have a good idea and if you have a good motivation to do that.
Hello, my name is Filip Mrvelj. I am from Slavonski Brod. I am the only 3D anamorphic painter in Croatia. What to say about me? I started to paint anamorphic pictures 4 years ago in my hometown. I'm a classic painter. This is just something that I do, something different. It's very good thing for the lots of different events, for the festivals. People like to see anamorphic pictures and images, so it is nowadays it's very popular. With 5 guys last year in Netherlands, I made the longest anamorphic picture in the world. It was official, and Guinness put it in the book of record. We made the longest anamorphic picture, and the picture is long 140 meters. And I can say that I'm the part of the Guinness now. A little bit official, but I'm the part. When you're on the street, you never have the perfect conditions for painting. So that's why I said always to my students and the people that I'm talking about, the street art is always compromise of lots of things. It's similar with the flying, because I'm glider pilot, you know. So you always need to calculate, you know, the weather conditions. You see now there is about raining, you know. So if you paint with the colors that can be washed by rain, you know, you need to be fast. You need to be how to say aware that in any moment rain can drop and mess everything, you know. I have a couple of times something in situation like that, you know. You always have the people on the street, and people want to ask you, you know, what are you doing? Where are you come from? You know, how do you like my country? Oh, lots of different questions. And when you are in the process of painting, you know, and if you don't have continuum, you know, you have lots of small questions. You have lots of small things that everybody asks you, and those things, and you are not concentrating on the picture. That took your time, you know. As I told you, now I'm preparing myself to travel on Bangkok on some street festival. After that, I'm in Germany and in Qatar again. We had one big project with some airplanes, my favorite team, you know. And after that, I'm in Netherlands. And I will traveling around Europe, and in the end of August and beginning of September, I have one big project in Romania. And this is the best part of the painting, the chance to travel, to meet the people, to meet the artists. And I always tell myself, you know, I'm very thankful to, well, you can say to God, to give me the chance that I can, with just my hands and my creativity, explore the world and other people. So I'm really, really blessed.
The fauna and the flora, the stones, the spears, the shells, the rocks and the waters, the winds, the twists and the rains, all the names were brought to being by the word, all was in Genesis.
Welcome to Harbin Museum, located in Maung Butwane, the gateway to the Upper Bengal Delta. Today we will be talking to Mr. Pope, a young poet from the poetry movement for Bango spoken word poetry.
I'm Panasa Kalokatolo, affectionately known as Mr. Pope. You can call me Master Pope. Till there is no problem, you can call me Rasta Pope. Those who love me call me Pastor Pope. Them say me sweet like pasta. I'm a holder of diploma in business management and a certificate in accounting and business studies. Right now I'm not employed, though I'm taking most of my time doing poetry at Bango spoken word poetry.
What do you think of youth unemployability in Botswana?
I will say the unemployability of the youth is very high because most of the youth, they are not employed. As for me, you can see I'm also a holder of such educational qualifications, but I'm also sitting back for not employed.
What is the importance of culture to your life as a young person?
Culture is of great importance to me because it shows where I'm coming from. And where I'm heading. So I should be keeping it because it tells of my beginnings.
Are our youth actively participating in cultural activities?
Yes, I will say they are participating in such activities of culture because when we look at the issues of poetry, the issues of traditional dance, basketry and other cultural stuff, they are actively involved in them.
What can be done to strengthen youth participation in cultural activities?
The greatest thing that can encourage or inspire participation of the youth in such cultural activities will be the issues of injecting money into the activities that are involving the youth and injecting more money in arts and such stuff which are linked to culture.
What's the role of creative arts in cultural sustainability?
The role of arts in sustaining our culture is of great importance because it tells of where we are coming from. If it wasn't of these creative arts, we wouldn't be knowing of these things that have been done by our forefathers in the past years until now. So it's of great importance because we have learned that from them and then we are also taking it to the next generation.
Welcome to Home of Quality Baskets, located in Maung, Botswana.
Ke bidwe Grata Square. Ke monana yo dingwaga di 19 years old. Ke mbukushika letso. Ke dira tiro ya diatla ya go loga ditatana jaaka le bona yana.
Wa ka nyang ka le tlhoka la ditiro la bana mo Botswana.
Ke akanya gore government a tlise ditiro tse dintsi mo Botswana ka gore ditiro da thela ebile gape ke akanya gore banana le bone ba ithamela ditiro ka go dira tiro ya diatla.
Botlhokwa jang mo botshelong jwa gago le monana keng?
Ngwa e botlhokwa fela thata ka gore ke ithuta dilo tse dintsi jaaka go loga ditatana gore mekula e dirwa ya le tse dingwe fela jang.
O bona banana ba sa karolo nngwe mo ditirong tsa ngwao?
Me ga ikalokalo ngwa tsone ke ene ke dirang ya go loga ditatana. Go na le tse dingwe tse dingwe hela la ke go banana ba kgona go loga ba loga matsela a ngwao, matsela mesisi a ngwao le tse dingwe fela gona jang.
O akanya gore go ka dirwang go ka nonotsha seabe sa banana mo ditirong tsa ngwao?
Nka rotloetsa banana gore ba seka ba latlha ngwao, ba rotloetse le ba bangwe fela gone jalo gore ba kgone go tsweledisa ngwao ya rona.
Sure, my chance. Sure. Ready? Sure. Can you tell me the name of your group, please?
The name of our group is
Jautakom. Okay, what do you guys do?
Oh, you are entertaining people, more especially tourists.
Okay, what is your dance called?
Bushman dance.
Bushman dance.
Yes.
Okay, and do you make money?
Yes, you make money, but it's not so much. It's going up and down.
Okay, how do you think you can make money? What do you think you need to do to make money to a point where you are happy with the money you're making? I mean, what needs to happen? What is it that you need for you to make money, to be happy?
Okay, what you need right now to make money, it's a sponsorship, you see, and an agent that can take our job and spread it all over around the world, you see.
Okay.
So that people must recognize us.
Do you know that there are agencies in South Africa, for example, the National Arts Council, that sponsor you for making such things, for give you money to perform overseas and to perform in different places? Do you know about this?
No.
You've never heard about the National Arts Council?
Yes.
Do you have an agent that helps you find jobs?
No, we don't have it right now.
Okay.
We do the marketing by ourselves.
You do the marketing yourselves?
Yes.
Okay. And so for the year, 1 year, 6 months, the money that you get is enough to feed your families?
No.
Do you do anything extra on the side?
No, it's just our only job. This is our job.
This is the only job that you do. Yes. Okay, so then this does help you more than just give you money. It gives you purpose.
Yeah, it gives us purpose.
It gives you something to look forward to. Can you just tell us your name and what it is that you do here?
All right. My name is Khauta Natani /Gold. I'm an artist. I'm a professional artist.
How hard is it to make money off this thing?
Well, it's not hard because it's about what you do and what you make, and how did you make it. If it's good, people are gonna like it.
So how do you access funding? Because I'm sure you need money to make money.
Sure.
How do you access your funds?
Well, I do, what do you call those things? Personal stuff on the side besides printing t-shirts. Let's just say you want to renovate your house. You want some beautiful artistic stuff on your wall. I can do that. I work with tiles as well. If you got some
like mosaic stuff.
Yeah, mirror, everything, almost everything. I sculpt as well. I paint. So there's nothing limiting.
Do you know of institutions in South Africa that help out artists such as yourself in terms of funding or resources?
Well, that's tough, man. Like being an artist, it's tough. Most of us, we're just individual artists. We are not depending on anyone.
Can you tell us your personal background?
Yes, sure. My names are Amina Ali Tingeti. I was born in Moshi, CFC. Then I grew up in Dar es Salaam for all my life. And Amina is a student. I go to Tumaini University. I'm taking my law degree over there. And apart from that, Amina is a youth activist. I've worked with different NGOs and other NGOs on different aspects such as child marriage, FGM, tourism, human rights and all that.
And what is your personal understanding on culture, social-cultural change, economic and human development in relation to youth employment opportunity in the community?
Culture itself is in short, I could say it's a total way of life. It covers basically everything that happens in our lives. And in relation to social cultural change, is how we change in our social life with our culture, how culture influences our change as we grow, as we develop as humans, and what it can do for us in the economic level. So for me, culture and human development, I would address that, is how youth are raised, how they're raised to develop and to use culture in relation to their daily activities as they grow up, bringing it to their responsibilities as young people in society, in schools, and in different aspects of their lives.
So do you think youth involvement in culture and the other creative activities could help in tackling youth unemployment in your community?
Yes, I do believe that. Why? Because culture in itself is creativity, and creativity is in the youth because they are young and vibrant and innovative, and all. We expect all those things from them. So in tackling the whole problem of unemployment and their involvement in cultural activities, it starts from the schools. When these youth talents are fostered from these schools, then they get to develop them and get different. They get to meet different channels that will help them promote their talent and use them for self-employment, and in the same way help them become self-employed.
My name is Anna Chris Yamalema, 23 years old, born at Muimbili Hospital in Dar es Salaam, and currently residing in Temeke district at Dar es Salaam. Took a business course for a year in business management, specifically in Bangalore, and now taking my bachelor in law at Tumaini University, my second year now.
And what will be the specific challenges facing youth in your community?
Specifically for my community, I can say that most youth lack employment. Most of them are jobless. Jobless how? This is because of either lack of enough education, and also it could also be a problem due to the curriculum that we have in our schools right now. For instance, My education curriculum, the one that I have studied in ever since I was young till now that I'm in university, actually trains me to answer exams. It trains me to do good in class, but it doesn't actually train me on how to become a citizen, how to put the education that I've acquired into use, how to acquire a job, how to innovate or renovate on how to develop myself out of the education that I received. So I think the problem is actually in the curriculum.
Do you think youth involvement in cultural and other creative activities could help in tackling youth unemployment in your community?
Yes, youth involvement in different cultural activities is a big way forward for the youth to actually employ themselves and to get out of the mess that they are in of joblessness. For example, a few days back we had an open mic, an open stage concert. It was a women festival whereby they had visual arts displayed, things such as dancers. We had people who could draw, people who displayed carvings. So if the youth actually got themselves into things like that, I believe right now that we wouldn't be complaining of the big number of the youth being unemployed in the streets. Because we have young people right now being innovative or creative, using stuff that was actually, we can actually consider waste, but they use it and they turn it into harmful things that they actually sell, and they become a source of income.
What will be your suggestions to the youth in tackling youth unemployment in our community?
To sum up, I would like to advise the youth that they should actually take part or engage themselves in different cultural projects in which they could actually earn a living. Also, the youth could try engaging themselves in different youth networks, such as YTN, the Young Tourism Network, as I mentioned earlier, in which they could actually learn through the conferences or through the different events and through the different clubs that YTN has established in different secondary schools from the secondary level. From the knowledge that they could get from that, actually they could maybe try and seek employment in the tourism sector, maybe starting tourist companies, and through that they could actually earn a living and they could actually diversify the economy instead of only depending on a few economic activities such as trade or maybe agriculture.